morning, guys. Good morning. Are we on straight away? Come on. We're on. Guys. Good morning if you're watching on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. I need to... Okay, so... Right, first thing I need to do is do yesterday's trade. I need to do yesterday's trade. So I'm going to quickly go over yesterday's trade and we're going to get it onto the logbook. Yeah, and then get onto the logbook, then we're going to do a top down. Okay. So, yesterday's trade, I'm just going to flick this on just so we can stay transparent within the stream, okay? So this was yesterday. This blue box is Asian session. And this was our trade yesterday, this one here. So, we actually entered the trade around about 11 o'clock. Yeah, and then it took half 12, it should have hit take partial move to break even. Okay, and then you probably would have been stopped out at break even here. If not, you would have been stopped out of break even here. So lovely trade. It did decide to go down, but do you understand why? 17 pips. So we'll put that in 17 pips. So do you understand why we even took this, even though price could drive down? Because we know how price works. Got to have a pullback as well. Good morning, Vin. So got activated, there's the pullback, and then there's the flip on a higher time frame. Now, if you did take the second entry, I didn't take the second entry because this one I'd already got profit from. But if you did take the second entry, also this would have played out as well, and this would have played out for 30 pips. You would have caught. It would have messed about for a bit, but it would have got up there if you did take that second entry. Okay, that was the profit I just closed full. I take partial move to break even. I'm trying to see if you can see the date and time. Yeah. So the dates there, the 26th, and the 2nd, 24, and about says it's 2 hours ahead. This broker, so half 12 basically. Half 12, I closed out full 585. Okay. Just to keep everyone on the track, we need to change these stream records. Let me just do that now. So we're now for 35 wins, 2 break-evens, and 2 partial losses. We're doing pretty good. Good morning, Drift. Good to see you again, mate. We're just going over yesterday's trade, which we had another win, which is nice. Okay, so let's clear our chart. And let's go again today. Fresh day. Let's get into a top-down analysis. Cancel this. Yes. So, new day. Monthly. Again, monthly is technically bearish. We've got 3 days left of the monthly. The monthly should be coming to fill the range at 1989 with with the body of the candles. That's what should be happening. Okay. Why is this not like that? With the body of the candles. Now that it's rejected from 1989, I am a bit cautious that the monthly could flip to the upside. And well, if it flips to the upside, it could even close respecting or break above here. If it breaks above, then we're looking at all-time highs again. And then I don't know where it's going from there because we haven't got much data to go off at that point. So ideally we just want to see a bearish close on this monthly. If we get a bearish close, the next month should be fairly straightforward. It should just come and fill the rest of the range. And then what we want to see is a close below 1989. That's our key. That's really what we want to see, because then the next range is all the way down in 1845. We've got a lovely range to go. Okay, so that's the monthly, but we are bearish on the monthly, but we've got to understand that it has been rejecting from here and it could flip back up. So there's a bit of indecision at the moment. Good morning, Nelly. Now the weekly, again, it didn't close below our zone. So our zone on the weekly, so we had this where we broke out and then we got a fake out straight back in. However, this weekly hasn't done anything really. It hasn't broke any highs. It's only broke this high, but it hasn't broke any of these highs. And the bottom wick, you could argue and say, well, it's got a decent bottom wick, so this weekly could just carry on up. Now, honestly, I don't know what's going to happen with this weekly. I don't know how this weekly is going to end up. This could end up bearish, it could end up doji, or it could end up bullish, which that would be the monthly flipping back to the upside. But the monthly's already got a top wick, so it doesn't really need another top wick. Right? It doesn't need a steeper top wick. The weekly's got a bottom wick. It hasn't got much of a top wick, but again, if it's coming down, it's not going to break the highs, I wouldn't think. Unless it needs to break the highs in order to drive past these areas. But at the moment, this weekly doesn't really help us. Right? Just like yesterday. I mean, we still get trades, but it doesn't really help. So ideally what we want to see is which unlikely we're going to get something like that unless news helps us out. I don't know if we got news today. What day are we on? Tuesday. We have got news today. 1:30. So whether news could help us out and we can close something like that, yeah. Other than that, I don't know how this is going to close. I really don't. We haven't broken into the next range. The weekly range now, we're sort of in that, and we fill both. So we've got to wait for a breakout on the weekly to get some direction off the weekly. Okay. Now daily, we did actually get a bearish close yesterday on the daily, which is nice. So that confirms that we did close respecting here. And now we've had a bearish close. That confirms that yes, this is a zone and we're struggling to break the highs of it. Now what's nice is this daily has created top wick and hasn't got a bottom wick. So are we saying that the weekly then is going to come down to do a steeper bottom wick, which it can do. The steeper bottom wick can come all the way to 2018. So let's mark this up. So does that mean we're going to get a daily pop down to 2018, and that could be our range coming down to the downside today? Now, is that what's going to happen? No, that's what we've got to see. We've got to look left and see when we get a bearish close here, what happens to price. So we broke below this minor range, and then everything else, I believe, let me just mark this up, confirm this. Everything else comes down to tap 2018. Let's just have a look left. I know we haven't got much data to go off, but look, back in, back down. So we've got to close like that. We've got to pull back to, could we take that as a wing back sell? Is that where the daily's going to come to, basically? I believe that's all we've got. Yeah, so 100% of the time, we get a daily close back below 2031, you drive down to 2018. Right? Now, that's just whether this is not just a fake out to the downside, because this is just a range 1 breakout. Range 2 would be below the likes of that. So we could probably just take sells below here when we get closes on a lower time frame. Good morning, Emma. Good to see you again. So it's what this daily is going to do at the moment. We don't know. It could come up for a steeper top wick at 2041, because that's what where was I at? It was back here, wasn't it? That's what this one's done. Came up, tapped 2040, 41, and then flipped to the downside. Okay, we were bullish from 2017 up. We closed respecting at 2036. Then we closed bearish candle. Not much of a top wick though. We didn't get that big of a top wick. Morning wick. And then the dailies opened up, broke the high. Well, not broke the highs, but pushed bullish, tapped 2040, then flipped to the downside. So could we just take 2040 for a wing back sell back to the downside? That is the question. Okay. If we can, then we just take sells from 2031 when the daily is going to flip. Because I would anticipate this daily flipping to the downside. So we do have a bit more direction. But it's just whether the weekly is going to come up, test this previous wick, and then flip to the downside. So potential wing back sells from 2041. We did have an area where price always rejects from. Where was that yesterday? We had sell stops, didn't we? That might have been 2044 maybe. I'll have to have a look. Yesterday's. So that's what we've got there. Let's have a look at the 4 hours. 4 hour closed. Forward broke into the range. No, it hasn't. These 4 hours have not been nice in these ranges, so it's really hard to work out. But it looks like the 4's closed respecting, and then we've had a doji candle. Okay, so therefore we're technically still in this range on the 4. These ranges are not the nicest on the 4, because when they're all skew-whiff like this, it's trying to work out the best range for them. Don't really like that. I'd say that's more the 4 range, and if that's the case, then we've broke above and we've actually closed nest. So therefore we should be pushing to the next range. Where's the next range? Which is 2037. For the next range maybe. Yeah, I'd say 2037 on the 4. Therefore the 4 should be pushing to 2037, because we're now technically in this range. So before the daily flip, we're in this range. Does that mean we're going to come up, close respecting 2037, and then if we can pop up, tap 2040, come back down, and then this area here is the daily flipping to the downside, I believe. Is it? No, it's not. My bad. It's actually this area. This here. This is the daily flip. And it should be straight push down to 2018. Okay. So, that being said, what can we do? Can we buy up? Can we buy up? Ready for the wing back sell. Let's have a look. So the 4s, let me have a look at these 4s as well. So you do pop up, tap, pull back. Are we going to pop? Close this back and you come back down to 2033. We're probably going to have to come back down, aren't we? So you don't just drive straight through. You can reject at these levels. We took a position from there. Probably gonna have to look at the lower time frame here. 3. It's in the minion range, like 2 had broke out. I mean the 2's gonna push. Doesn't have to. We can come back. One broke above. What's the 1 done? Again, the 1 doesn't have to drive for me. Can come back to 2031 levels. Similar yesterday, this, isn't it? So, are we gonna push? So price can do 2 things at the minute. It can carry on, fill the range, or we're going to get a pullback from 2033. don't know if we're going to get up to this wing back area unless we need price sort of struggling in and around this. Let me flick on the trending structure. Okay, so we've had a 1 hour breakout, we've had a bottom wick. It's not much of a bottom wick. So when we get an hour close above there, it's this, I don't like this. But we are coming from the downside, so we are likely we're going to push through. So where
Morning,
can I... Good morning, mate. You alright?
Not too bad yourself?
Yeah, good. You skiving again?
Working hard or hardly working?
Yeah. If there's nothing to do, do nothing. What's this news? I mean, if we can get something like this, where price bombs up with one big 1 hour pushing candle, this would be pretty nice. And there's nothing I can do at the minute, guys, because we've nearly filled the range. If this hour had pulled back and gave us a steeper bottom wick, then yeah, we could have had buy stops above to come and fill this range. But at the moment, I can't really do much. So what I need to see is, if price carries on up, does it do this first? And if the answer is yes, then this wing back will be on. Wing back sell will be on, because we're going off that the daily is going to flip to the downside because there's no bottom wick. That's what we're going off, okay? 3. Alright, mate. But don't be getting any FOMO if this drives. It's fine if it drives. Okay, so let's have a look. See, when price pushes to 2040, does it reject? Come back to 2037 and then drive. Okay, so up, straight back down, up, straight back down. I'm just thinking that they've all gone higher there. Oh, that's why. Up, test, and then gone. How many pips is this? 31. Up, tap, back down. What's this here? Let's mark this up for potential second entry. That must have been news, was it? Yeah. Didn't quite make it. These ones didn't make it, so we've got to be careful here. If we get closes in close to it, we'll have to be careful. Up, tap. Up, tap, back down. Up, tap, back down. Up, activated here. Went into drawdown, closed, new candle, back down, tap. Took a few hours to get down, but got there in the end. Same again. Okay, so that's not bad. Where would stops be? Let's have a look at this. Oh my god, 150 pips. We don't want that, like, do we? It would have to be though. Mason. Did you see that? Mason.
Dad. Dad, that was so wrong.
120 pips. This must have been news. Yeah, it was, so we can take that away. It's these, I don't like. We sort of need this to come back down. We're going to get stopped out. The ranges are so big. this, move this to this location. Do we actually come back to there? If the stops are big enough. Up, tap, back down, doesn't quite make it. It does. Comes back to break even though. Up, tap. Up, tap. See, it doesn't make it here, so we would have to go like that. Take me to the river. Okay, it's still 35 pips, I suppose. So stops 150. Alright, that's not bad. 35 pips take partial move to break even, so stops 150. That's what you'd be looking at for that. Okay. Now our get out, where would our get out? This would be a case of leaving it, because these ranges above are so fast, where a price can move really fast. I'm trying to see where this initiates from though, because if the 4 is bullish, we would need a forward close above. Where would we need that for? Yeah, we would need a forward close above 2037. Like that, then a pullback to fly through. I want to see if you get that forward close above, that's when you get these flies up. You've got a fake out here, forward close above. So if the forward close is above, then we'll look to manage risk. Right, we've still got an hour and a half left, so if we can reach up there within this next hour, fantastic. But if the forward close is up there, then we're looking to manage risk and get out. Okay, so that's how we get out on that one. I tell you what, there's some volume here though. 2, 1. I want to see if we can initiate the, if the hour closes or the 30-minute closes. If that 30 closes above a certain area, 2036. Don't like we haven't had much of a bottom wick. I need a bottom wick to take buys up here. There's another area here at 2038. What's this? I'm going to reject from 2038 instead. So where are we coming from? We're actually coming from, you haven't broke any of the lows. At some point you're going to have to pull back. So you're coming from 2033, sir. 2033. You do get one candle what really bombs up. I want to have a look when we had them sell stops on yesterday. It's not come on here when you need them. Okay, I'll have a look at my phone. With a sell limit at 4.4. 4.4, that's it. That's the area here. No, it's not. So we actually had a sell limit at 4.4. We thought price was going to come up to 4.4. Is it going to come to 4.4 though, or a bit sooner? This is quite a strong zone as well. Take me to The thing we've got to be careful of here, the 4 was going to close in 1 hour and 35. So, and it's coming from a low level really, it's quite low. This is going to be a big pushing forward candle. So, if we can get activated on this 4, fantastic. But if this 4 closes above, like that, and we don't get activated, then this wing back's probably not going to be on. It'll be the next one, because what can happen then? Well, when you get a 4-hour close above, that's when you can drive through this range. Okay, so that's what we're looking at with this area here. Wing back sell from 2040. Even though we've already tapped it, you can actually tap it again. So we tapped it here, we came back down. How far did we come down? We actually came all the way down to 2018 and then came up. So are we like this, down, back up? So it does tap it a few times before driving through it, and we've only tapped it once, where we tapped it. What are these ones? Tap, 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 3 times before that drive. So are we going to drive straight through, or I would imagine we're going to break out, retest, and then go. You could actually go risk-free at the is. Let's get this off. So where are we actually coming from? So we're coming from down in 2033 levels, which we think's broke out and closed Nestle. But if this 4 has closed respecting, then this 4 technically should flip. So if we can catch this wing back sell, and this forward does flip, we should get some nice flyers. Because if we can catch the daily flip as well, that'd be lovely. It's 30-minute closed yet. You know, the only thing with this, guys, is stops. Stops are big, right? But the take partial move to break even's big as well. So, and the only other thing I'm cautious of is when price comes back to another area, yes, it can just create a double top and then come down. However, why is price coming that way? It's coming that way to probably break the highs, because where's all the money? Above here. So that tells me it's likely going to push just past it. But does that mean it's going to push to the next zone? So we're looking at something like this. Unfortunately, stops have to be this big, because the only other way you get out is, let's say you enter here, let's say it doesn't pull back, obviously you go straight in. That's the next zone here, right? But there's a few times where price can push through the zone and then come back. So unfortunately, stops have got to be there. But this is why it's worth it still, because you take partial move to break even is actually 35 pips. Okay, so it sorts itself out. And then our target really is off the daily, so it's got to be this range at 2018, because if the daily flips, the daily only needs to come to 2018. Okay, so that's our target basically. Oh, excuse me. So we're going to have a look at a lower time frame now, so like a 15, see what price looks like in and around this area. So price is struggling to break there. It hasn't broke out on the 15 actually. 2036. So 2036. There's an area here. Look at these 15s here. Are we just going to pull back to this? I'm going to mark this up, because this could be potentially where it's pushing to, and then get the flip. Why has it done that? Let's have a look. It would make more sense, because it does look like it's running out of fuel, so this could be on as well. Oh, no bottom wick on the 15. Big pushing candle on the 15. Okay. keep an eye on this. We might be getting in here actually. 2038. 15 pulls back. 15 tap, 15 tap. Drives through. This is the first time it's been up here though. 15 tap, might be a bit close actually. Like that. Okay, are we nearly there? Even when the 15 wants to drive, you've got to pull back. This 15 might be on here, guys. Might be a bit close actually. Up, tap, down. Up, tap, down. This one's came straight through. This one's came straight up to 24. You can get a big pushing candle of how many pips? So you can actually make it 43 pips on the 15 up. But this 15's got no bottom wick. So is this 15 gonna flip? Are we there now? Oh shit. Oh guys, no bottom wick on this 15. Let me have a look at this 5. Right guys, I am in this for a sell. Okay, I'm now in for a sell on this. 15's got no bottom wick. We're gonna go risk free once this 15 flips, because if it flips, right, there's no reason for it to flip back to the upside unless it comes back down. Take partial. See, we don't know how far this is gonna come back now. 15. As soon as this 15 flips and creates a bottom wick, I am gonna go risk free. It's a bit of a risky one. I haven't had time to go over the trade fully. Stops are 2056. Unfortunately, it's got to be up there. 2056. Big stops. I mean, this is where I put my stops, guys. You can put your stops wherever you want. Do you know what I mean? It's up to yourselves what you do. Let's see if we can push back down. How many is this? How many pips is this? If we can tap 2036, I'll take some partial. Now be aware, looking at the 15, you can actually come all the way straight through to 2040. Right? It just means I've just identified an area off the 15 where you can reject from. And that what's telling me that it's likely going to reject for me? Well, we've had a big push. We haven't broke any lows. You've got no bottom wick here. You got no bottom wick here as this candle's opened up. So therefore, it's likely this is going to have a bottom wick. Okay, so as soon as we get a bottom wick, I'm going to go risk free. I'm not taking partial because there's not enough there for me. Okay, guys, I'm risk free on this now. So we're risk free on this trade. Let's see if it can stay like this. See if this 15 can flip and drive to the downside. There we go.
Absolute wizard.
I didn't even get on the signals. I didn't have time to get it on. It could still flip here back up. If it flips back up, then it's likely going to create a high and push further. So we sort of want this 15 to... let's have a look at the 5s actually. See if we take something out of it. How is this 5? If this 5 closes bullish, I'll take a partial. Okay? And it'll be 70% really, because they're likely going to come back up. Oh no, here we come. Here we come. Oh, I'm out, guys. Stop to break even. I didn't manage to get a partial, so that's not an issue. Let me just get this written down. So we're looking at this zone still then. Okay, we're still looking at this zone now at 2040. Did anyone get any partial from that?
Yeah, I closed up as soon as it's moved bullish.
Yeah. So you just got to, that's the thing, you can hold out and think, oh well, I don't want to get stopped at break even, but that's where it can bite you. So let me just get this on my nose before I forget. Very important, your logbook, guys. I can't stress how important it is. So what time was that? It was a quick one, wasn't it? 0 08. Come on. 30. And back. Break even. See, now that the 5's closed like this with no bottom wick, it means the next 5's likely going to push. Okay, so it's just this laid out lovely for us. No bottom wick on the 15, no bottom wick. And you knew this 15's got to come and have a bottom wick. Now it's created the bottom wick, and the more chance that it's going to create a bottom wick and then obviously close bearish, but it hasn't, so unfortunately. Now it could still do that on this 15. The new 15 could do exactly the same, open up, push up, no bottom wick, then close bearish, right? But this is not for me now. I need to see price come up to 2040, see if we can catch 2040. There's a little area of 2039. I say 2040. This bit here, this I'm after 2040. See if we can push back up to 2040. If you get a 15 close above, then you should come up and tap it. How long for the 15? 8 minutes left. Ideally we want this 15-minute candle to be the one what taps 2040. Weather can do it. We're going to have a big pushing candle. So we've come from 2037 levels. I'm leaving that little orange line on for you just so you can understand where we are. Now remember, this 15 can actually push to 2038 and then reject. Okay, so let's see if it can push past and push to our 2040. That'd be fantastic if it can do that on this candle. That would be great. Something like this. Look at this 15. Look at the size of this 15. This 15 pushed all the way through. Yeah, let's take this over here. Size of this 15 so you can see and understand.
Christine's hit 2038.5 now.
Yeah, so it might reject from here. And if it rejects from here, it rejects from here. Okay. Where's my bloody area out here, like? Whoa. How many pips am I doing this all night? All day? 35 pips, right? 35 pips have pushed. 35 pips is that. So basically we can get a 15-minute candle, 35 pips. Now this 15, I mean this 15 could push to around about here. That's a sort of an extreme 15 candle on that then. 15. What's this? 30. 30's broke. Now it's pushing. 1 hour. We've had no pullbacks at all. The hour had broken out. 20 minutes left of this hour. Where did this hour break out at? Oh, so the hour broke out here. Beware though, we can actually push straight through to 2044. Hour broke. Are we going to reject from 2038? That's the thing, we might reject from 2038, so just be aware. Which way it's tapped now. It's tapped an area of rejection. Okay. Just if the lower time frame shows something, then maybe yeah. But other than that, I bet you people hate my stop stoners. Trust me, I've tried it all though. Like I've tried smalls, I've tried 20 pips, 20 pip and dip and all this stuff. Morning Paolo. 20 either side. Just this is like the thing what makes me profitable. That's it. Paolo, you like a #1 fan, aren't you? Always on here, Paolo. So we're looking at 20, 40, 22, 1. Stop loss. Take partial move to break even is 20, 36, 75. TP2, 2018. We're pushing now. Oh, we're pushing, guys. We're pushing. It's a nice big pushing candle. It looks like we're pushing through that 2018, doesn't it? Sorry, 2038 is here now, where it's at now. So is it going to reject now? Is it going to pop up? I just want to see this. What is this here? Because it might mean it's getting in at 2039. Don't think it's much different. Anybody into editing videos? $20.39. That would work nice. What's that? Are we nearly there? Okay. That's where we're looking at. $20.39. Come on! Nice big 5 push. Stand by, guys. There's 2 minutes left of this 5, so as long as this 5 closes bullish, we just need it to close bullish really. We don't want it to close bearish. There's another little area of 5 where see if the new 5 can just tap.
Pete.
Yes, mate.
How you doing, mate? You alright?
You alright, mate?
In the trade ideas, I think you put in the break even. Take partial move to break even is 46, assuming it's 36.
Oh shit. Yeah, cheers for that, Steve.
No worries, mate.
Thanks, mate. Oh shit. It is 20, 36, 75. Come on, can we get tagged? We've got a 15 close, right? So what might happen here? The new 15 might just pull straight back down. I'm hoping it opens up, breaks the highs, and then flips to the downside. If this 15 can open up with no bottom wick and push up first, that'd be fantastic. Because if it opens up and pulls down first, that's more likely going to be the pullback, the move we're after, really. We're going to have to wait for then closures below like 2035 to take sellers down for the daily to flip. It'd be nice if this 5 can just pop up and mean, you got a 15 close here like this, and then a new 15 popped up. Tap 2039. So it's in and around here, guys. Don't worry about drawdown now, because you can go into drawdown. Remember, we can push all the way to 2038 if you want to. Okay, there's a 15. Can we push up? Come on, break the highs one more time. Get up there. Okay, stand by. Come on, baby. Get up there. Get up there. Don't pull back. Don't go breaking my heart. If I tried. Don't go breaking my. Don't go breaking my. Don't go breaking my heart. Beautiful voice, haven't I? I want to see what this is here. Ah, we're getting a bottom wick here. No, we're not. Oh, okay. 15's close respecting. Nice. Nice. This is good. And there's 15. Pop up, break the highs one more time. Don't think we're going to do it. This 15 is going to. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right, guys. Can we look at these threes? What's the 3 doing? 3's going to close in 1 minute 30. If we get 3 close like this, then we're going to push. We've had a bearish 3. 1 minute broke the highs. Can the 1 minute push then? That's telling us we should be pushing. Don't go breaking my. There we go. Okay, so we've brought the highs now, which is nice. Can we just get to our zone? Isn't the zone here? Bloody 2039, man. So it looks like the 15 has closed respecting. Okay guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a sell stop underneath. Because if this 15 flips, it's likely going to drive down from there. Okay, that's if this 15, but if the 15 pushes to our zone, then obviously we'll get in at 2039. Okay, but if this 15 flips, activates us, then we're in. Because what we're on, we've got a new hour coming in a minute. Oh, okay. So what? So this is the last 15 of the hour. Let's see if this 15 can push up. Come on, get up. We've got a 5 minute close. We've got to get activated on this 5. This 5's got to flip. If it doesn't, then we'll delete this sell stop. Because it broke the highs. If the 5 closes bullish, then you should be pushing to break the highs again to the next zone. But it just means the 5 might come and give a bottom wick, activate you, then go. Okay. So if this 5 doesn't activate, we're going to delete. Don't go breaking my. Don't go breaking my. Ooh, I'm close, like. Is this 1 minute gonna flip? There you go, look. Okay, I'm gonna delete this, actually wait, we've got 1 minute, I can't see this 1 minute flipping really. Drama like that. Okay, I'm deleting the sell stop. Delete the sell stop. We haven't got a bottom wick. It means now the 5. Yes, the 5 could just close in like that if it wants to, and then that's the move to come down. But what might happen is you could come down, create a bottom wick for this 5, and then flip. That's technically what should happen now, because you're bullish on the 5 still, and you broke into the next minor range. See if this can push up with no bottom wick. Now let's see if it's going to do exactly what I said. Create a bottom wick for this, and then flip. And obviously it's not going to get activated here if, you know, we're going to push further. Okay, stand by guys, we're close. We are close. Come on, get up there. There's little levels here, like there's another little level at 2039.55 where it might tap and reject from. Five's flipped back down, broke the highs again, the 5. Just realised I need to amend. One little pop. The hour. Look at that hour pushing candle. Are you going to power through that range? That's the question. Or do we need a pullback? We need to get activated before this hour, really, guys. If we don't get activated in this hour and the new hour pulls back first, then it's a no trade, because it means if it pulls back first, that's the move we're trying to catch, and then it can flip to the upside. So we really need to get activated within this hour, which we've got 7 minutes left. You should see this hour maybe try and have one last little push, and then the new hour pulls back aggressively. That's what you might get as well. It's 15. What's the 15? If this 15 flips, that could be the move, really. Don't fall back. Oh, the 5's flipped. What are you doing? This is the second last 5-minute candle. Come on, if this 5 closes bullish, then the next 5, I'm hoping we'll push up, break the highs one more time, and then flip. Now ideally what we want is if the hour, if the hour could close with no top wick, that would be perfect, but I don't think it's going to do that. Oh yeah, we'll drop money in now.
The 5 minutes has broken the lows, mate.
Yeah, you little bugger, that might be the move, this. It's that 15, I said if this 15 flips. Let's see what the hour does. Now if the new hour opens up and pushes up with no bottom wick, then we can either just get a sell stop underneath the hour to come back down. or we get activated on this. Minutes. Stand by, guys, because we might be getting in around here. So if this 5 can pull back for us. Please don't go. Please don't go. Don't go. I mean, this hour closed up here at 20:38. Then the new hour pushed up. Well, we don't know if this pushed up first. We'll have a look on a lower time frame in a second. Did it push up first, tap, and then flip to the downside? As long as we don't push back to 20:36 on the next hour, and we come up first, we should be good. What did we do on this? Where's the hour? There's the hour. So we did. The new 15 pushed up. So if this 15 closes bearish in 4 minutes, can the new 15 break the highs one more time and then flip to come down? It's got to be disciplined here, guys. Just wait. If this gets tapped, then we can't really take this. We can only take this one. But you're probably going to pull back and then flip. So that we're going to miss our move at that point. Because we are bullish. It's if this the 4 hour. The reason why we're looking at these sellers here is because the 4 hour is still down here below 2033, and we don't know if that's close respecting. Whether it's broke out. So is this 4 hour going to flip to the downside is basically what we're trying to work out. And if we can catch it right, we could get some nice flyers because the daily should come down. Come on, the 15. 2 minutes for a closure. So let's see if this hour can do something like up and then flip, start coming back down.
The 5's at a nasty pump.
It's typical, isn't it? Typical. Now if we close respecting that 2038, means we might just push to 2038.79. This is what we're probably looking at. This hour might close down here and then the new hour comes up to fill the range at 20 and then it plays out. So it's still on really actually, because if we've came from these levels, the hour done a big top wick, pull back, closes respecting 2036, the new hour then comes up, taps 2039. So if this hour closes like that, and then the new hour, we get a wick fill, come up, tap. I think it closes up there as well, doesn't it? Oh my god, this 5 went down. We were close, guys. We were close. Yeah, the hour closes up there. Right. Fuck's sake. That was the move, that, guys. Right, what does that mean then? So, let's see what this next hour does. It can come and tap 2036, right? So, if it's unlikely now, if the 15 closes like this, but if the new 15, which is the new hour, can push up first and then flip, yeah, we can get in. Or if we push up and tap 2038, we can maybe get in there for a wick entry. There's a win back sell. or we can get sell stops underneath, but it is a bit more aggressive. We'd have to like take partial or go risk free at least at 2036. Let's see. Okay, we're pushing up now on the hourly. It's not bad. It's not bad. See if the new hour can pop up first. Come on. Come on. Get up there. Can the 15 push up? New 15 now. 15's closed bearish. Are we going to pop down 2036? Can we not take a win back buy from 2036? We're pushing down, aren't we? We've came up. We haven't tapped this level though. It's whether the 4 is going to flip to pull back. Are we pushing down? Oh, no top wick. Fantastic. We still haven't tapped this level. See, because if we pull back, if we push up, they all tap 2039. That's why we've gone off it. So this is sort of different. What's happening? This 15 has to tap it really. That's what tends to happen. Or we're getting this down, back up. Can't take a win back by because the 4 could flip. Why haven't you tapped my zone? Why haven't you tapped my zone? Fifteen's got no top wick, so can this 15 flip? Can't do anything here at the minute. This is still on. Because even though we've had an hour close, but if this 4 hour close is up there, guys, that's our sign to get out, right? So let's say this next hour, because this next hour can easily drive further now because of the reach. However, looking at previous data, yeah, you can close like this and the next hour just closes bearish, yeah? So it might not drive, but it can drive, right? Now, because it's the last hour of the 4, I'm happy to take it because even if the next hour drives, the 4's not going to drive that much because it's done such a push already. But if it does, you're still going to have to, let's say the 4 closes like that, the new 4 is still going to have to come and tap at least 2038 because that's previous support. And then for it to flip to the upside if it wants to carry on driving. So at that point, you know, you'll be getting out because you know the 4 hours closed above. So that's the thing with it. But we don't want to be tapping 2036 because that is the pullback you need. You tend to do this. But if this comes and taps 2036, then we've got to say, okay, well, is that the move to then carry on? Or do we need a bit more of a prominent move? Let's see if this 15 can flip. No top wick on the 5. Can always become a singer if it goes wrong. Yeah, I can get a bit. Beautiful voice. Good morning, Mike. How are you doing? The crow step. Good morning, Mike. Good to see you, mate. We've had one break-even trade this morning already. So let's see if we can get now, and again, for all you lovely market maker traders out there, you've come out the top of Asia. You've had one. Could this be the second top in order to come back down? Is that what we're looking at? And then if we do get that, then that should technically come the other side of Asia, which would make sense with the daily flipping to the downside. So could we get that? Is that what we're looking at? Somebody screenshot that, and then at the end of the day we'll see if that's what we've got. No top wicks here. We're not driving down, which is a nice sign, because when you get this pullback you tend to really power down, but that's not doing it. It's struggling a bit here. I mean, it's still closed bearish on the 5, so we could trickle down, but you're not powering, which is giving us a bit of a fighting chance, because the 1 hour's got a bottom wick now, but for me that bottom wick is not enough. You need a steeper bottom wick than that. You need to come to at least 2036. So if we can get up on this one, I want to see when the hours close up here what happens. So again, look, hour close, you don't actually get up to there on this hour, you actually pull back. So I'm not sure we're going to get up there looking at this one. I can't get in at the minute. I'm actually debating on, because the hours close bullish now, it's just going against the daily, that's all. Taking a wing back buy from 2036. See, they all tap it really. This one hasn't tapped it, then pulled back, but then this hour gave us a bottom wick, and then flipped and came and tapped it. Oh, we're pulling down here, guys. I think we've missed this move really. How far are we going to pull back though? Look at this one here. What's that news? Pulled all the way back to 2032. What about you come back up now? If this hour flips, it's tough because the 4 hour's not closed. If the 4 hour was bullish and closed above these ranges, maybe, yeah, but the 4 hour could easily just close respecting these, and then look what they do. The next 4 just drops through the floor. So it's tricky buying up at the minute. I mean, look at that entry for that first wing. Look at the entry for that first wing back we had on. So that would have played out nicely in the end. Oh, it would be playing out. It's not giving me a chance to get in either, that's the thing. Not enough there for me. Got to wait for this. It's now going on at the minute. While we wait, let's get this trade on the logbook. What was it? 27, 24, 0830. It was a wing back sell, wasn't it? And it was off the 15. Profit and loss. Stops were pretty big. Well, it was stops on the 50, wasn't it? First TP was. What was it? We actually didn't work a TP, did we? 13 pips. Weekly bias, no. Daily bias, yes. H4 break, we were unsure. H1 break, no, because we were bullish. It was counter trend again. I believe the 15 had closed respecting. 15 had closed respecting. I believe the 4 closed respecting. Trend. Yeah, okay. Oh, I haven't put yesterday's trade on yet, have I? Oh shit, I haven't put yesterday's trade on. I am watching it, guys. It's on my MT4. Okay. This was the 26th of the 2nd, 24. What time was it? I did have it all written down. I don't. I actually made a tenner. Tenner! Woo! This was actually 10 quid. This was 12, 11, 11:30. No, it wasn't. It was 11, wasn't it? Because I had to go. Bang on 11, I had to leave. Gold. Yesterday's was a wing back sell. Back sell, I can't remember what was off. I think it was off an hour, wasn't it? Hour. What did we get? 58555. Stop loss was, I think it was 120. Best price multiplier. I think it was 30, 35 pips, was it? Which hit. I'll have to fill this out after. Cool. Done. Lovely jubbly. Right, what's this gonna do? That is the question. Is this hour gonna flip to the upside, or is it gonna close bearish like previous times? Is this 4 gonna close bullish, or is it gonna flip to the downside? If we don't tap 2036, this is still on. Okay. If we don't tap, I need to change the record to 3 break evens. It's coming down, guys. I think it's going to tap it. How far did we push up to the... So we were so close. How many pips was that? 4 pips. 4 pips shy. Little bugger. 4 pips, yeah, because look, I mean, I know we've already tapped it here, but we've closed in around 2039, and then if we pull back to 2030, it means you can then drive for the next candle. So this is not on. If we tap 2036, this is not on this wing back, okay? Which we're nearly there. Looks like we're going to tap it. It means we're going to have to wait for a forward close. Pure duped us. It is duped us. There's the top, guys. Is it? Is it? I can't take a wing back buy from here either because the 4's still in these lower ranges. If the 4 had closed up here, then this was the pullback on the 4. Yes, we could take this wing back buy back up. But at the minute, we could just get a fake out in the hour. This hour could close bearish and we could start coming back down. Oh, is the 4 going to close bullish anyway? Because this is the last hour of the 4. Very, very interesting. Very interesting, because are we getting something like this now? Before coming up? That's what we could be doing. 2036. Do we pull back to 2036? Could we take a buy from 2036? Take a buy from 2036 or even we haven't tapped it. It's just risky with the 4 because the 4 could open up and pull back, but the 4 is going to break out by the looks of it. So we would have to get activated on this hour, basically. We would have to get activated on this hour to come back up. But even if this hour closed like that, it means the 4 was still bullish and still broke out then. So the 4 would look something like that with a top wick. It means then the next 4 has still broke above the zone. So you should get maybe a bottom wick on the next 4, which would mean a bit more drawdown here. But then the 4 should flip and drive to fill the wick, and then you would get something like that to push up. This would be bearish. Something like that. Do you know what I mean? But what's really putting me off is I do believe the daily's going to flip, and if the daily's going to flip, it means this hour's going to close bearish. It means the next hour can pop up, tap, and then we start to flip to drive down, which is the new 4 would open up like that, and then the new 4 would open up, break the highs, and come back down. If it's going to come back down from here, or is it going to push the next zone for the daily to flip? Let's have a look at these. Are we getting any pushing candles? I can't really take this here. I need to see price struggling. We've still got, how long have we got left? We've still got 40 minutes left of this hour. So what's the 30 done? That would have been a lovely trade, that, guys. Look at that. Not one bullish candle. Anyone catch it? Anyone get in on it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you would, you. Yeah, nice, mate. Where did you get in? Up here? On the 5?
Yes, mate. I got in 2039.3.
2039.3. Oh, mate, that's a lovely entry. Really nice. You'd be what? Straight 25 pips. This is where you might reject from here though. Okay, so just be aware if you've got stops safety and take part and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I closed the trade just as it peaked at 2036.6.
Spot on, mate. Lovely. Smashing it, you, Callum, aren't you?
Getting there.
So here's the thing, we're not going to get any signs of price rejecting from here, because see what happens, it comes here, the new candle opens up and just goes boop. So we're not going to get a chance to get in to take a buy up. If anything, what we could do is, if we see these highs getting broken like this and price struggling, and we come back down, you probably wouldn't even get in on that, because you would probably expect a bottom wick on this. So what does this mean? Because this might play out as well, but I can't get in on this, guys, unfortunately. Well, you've got another potential wing back buy, back up. You should come to at least 2038, if not drive through, if this is just the pullback of the hour. I want to see though, if we can't even get a buy stop off this hour, because if you look at these hours, the close respecting, the hours close respecting. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do with a drunken sailor? There is an area here where, if slim chance, but if we don't pull back up to 2038, and we can see price struggling around here, but I've got to see some bullish closes here, and then we can get one candle pops down, breaks the lows, and then flips. We could look at this and be aggressive with stops, as in when that candle at 5 flips, we would then move to risk free. But we would need to see something like a bullish close, maybe a bearish close but not breaking the lows. Okay, I don't know, something like this. And then, I don't know, you could get another one closing respecting, and then a bullish 5 like that, breaking the highs, right? And then what you might get is one candle pop out the lows, tap, and that'll be the one that flips and drives. We could potentially get something on here, but I've got to see this play out first, something like this, in order to get that. Because remember, this hour actually only came to 2036, and then a flip back to the upside. So whether the 4 is going to... Definitely, if the 4 closes, this is definitely not on this wing back. So we've got to get activated within this 4. So really, this hour's got to do it, if it's going to do it. And we've got 36 minutes left. Because if the 4 closes bullish, tricky, because at this point you're closing all this mess. Where are the zones on these 4 hours? This is not a nice area for 4 hour to close into. It means the next 4 could just close bearish back below. Like, we don't know what's going on, really. Always pulling back. We're not really driving, are we?
Hey, could this not be the move Friday the 23rd of Feb at 17:30 on the 50-minute candle.
Friday when? 23rd of Feb.
Correct, window, you know, because we came up from 2033 all the way up, almost peaked 2039, and then now it's dried down, struggling to break 36, and then it might pop up again, don't you think?
Yeah, well, that's what we were thinking, weren't we? Because we were thinking this was going to get tapped, see?
Yeah.
So we thought that was this, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we pull back down to this, which we've done. And now we should, this is why I'm interested in wing back buys, potential, but I'm just wary on the 4 hour.
No, of course.
Do you know what I mean? Because the 4 hour can still flip at any point, mate. And the 4 hour can flip aggressively if it wants to, where it won't come back. So, but yeah, if the 4 hour closes bullish, which is looking like it's going to, then yeah, we then potentially could get this. So, and then we come down. So yeah, you're absolutely right. That's what we're probably looking at. But I was trying to catch this, and I mean, it's missed it by 4 pips.
Oh no.
4 pips, man. Oof. But it's alright. There's always another trade. That's the thing with trading. So when you feel like you've missed, yes, it is a bit gutting, but you've got to get over it quick. There's always another trade. Never ever enter late entry because you feel like you've missed it, or don't go off your rule book, your rules. You just, I mean, we knew we missed this from that 5-minute close. I could have easily just entered there, but it's not part of my rules, so I couldn't do it. Because the time I do that, the time it pushes further. Do you know what I mean? So stick to your rules, and that's the key each day. Really, it's not about winning or losing. It's just at the end of the day, say to yourself, did I stick to my rules? And if the answer is no, then it's a loss, whether you won or not, because you didn't stick to your rules. We're getting a nice 15 pushing, but we've got no top wick on this hour, but it doesn't really need one because this has created the top wick. So it means we can come back down. What is this for? Because I don't know now if this 4, when this 4 closes, are we then going to get a steep bottom wick all the way down to 2033? Is that what we're going to get? We know we can get that because if you look left, you've got a forward close here, you pull back to 2033, right? But if you look what happened as well, we actually ended up bearish coming all the way down to 2030. So are we going to get something like that coming straight back down 2030 before coming back up? If we're going to come back up, we shouldn't do, because the daily, I think, needs to flip to the downside, right? So it's just whether we're going to, on the 4, whether the 4 is going to give us a wick fill for us to get in on this, to come down. Now if we want to get this bearish candle like that, then this 4 might not break the highs. This is the thing. It might only come testing the previous wick like that. And that's how you end up getting trend lines if you're into all trend lines. So we might get 2038.9 level tapped, and then the 4 comes back down like that. We could get that. That's something what I could see happening. So then we need to adapt to it, to what we're seeing. So it's all on the 4, what the 4 is going to do really. If the 4 closes like this now, it's very tricky, because look left, has it closed respecting? Has it closed? Has it broke out? Where's it closing? And then what does the next candle do? So we don't actually know what price is doing here. If you look at this 4 hour here, this 4 closed where we looking to close, and the new 4 didn't even give us a top wick and came all the way back down. And this is what I'm wary of, taking this wing back buy. That's why I haven't took this wing back buy, because the next 4 can come all the way back down. For me to take buys up, I've got to see a steep bottom wick first on the 4, and then I can take buys up, right? Or if the 4 opens up and pushes up first with no bottom wick, then yes, we can look for the wing back sell again around these areas. But at the moment, we've sort of missed the move. They've avoided our ambush, basically. Very smartly, little buggers. Yeah, I mean, that would have been a fantastic trade. Look at that hour, man. Look at that hour. Now, what we can do is, if the hour closes like this, it hasn't filled the range. The range for the hour is 20.35. Now, on the slim chance that the hour pulls back with no bottom wick and creates a top wick for this, we can look to get a sell stop underneath. The advantage point would be 20.35 because it's got to come to there. Yeah, that would be our risk free. But that would be then the 4 creating the top wick and then the 4 flipping. The 4 needs a bottom wick. So I can actually see this one candle driving quite steeply, which we could get flies on. So that's something we can do as well. But we've got to have that top wick. Otherwise we can't take it. Okay, so the 30's closed. The 30's not broke out. So the 30's closed, respecting, it looks like. Respecting this minor range. Oh, has it? Not really. It's broke. So the 30 should be coming down to 20.35. It's looking like. There's another little area here, 20.36. Oh, are we going to get this? It's tough because all these have already tapped the area. So are we going to get this, or are we going to get a bullish 30 close? Loads of volume today though, guys. Fantastic. Oh, we getting this? What's this? 30 close, bearish. Are we going to come and tap 20.35 before flipping back to the upside? Is that what we're doing? Ooh. Look at the 4 now though. Look at the 4. Still 30 minutes left of this. There's enough time for this 4 to flip. Now, if this 4 closes below 20.33, that's made it pretty easy for us. Because what should happen then is we should be coming down to at least 20.31 levels. So it's just a case of getting a top wick off the 4 and then taking sellers down for the daily flip. Hopefully to come through these ranges. Well, that's if we get that. It's whether this 30 is going to pull back. It's given me no sign to take a wing back buy yet. All these candles have got wicks on. We don't know if it's closed respecting. Yeah, the 30's got a top wick as well. If the 30 didn't have a top wick, then potentially we could get a buy stop on. Because the push on this 30 now, if it does flip, then it's not just going to flip activators and flip back to the downside. It's going to flip and drive back up, isn't it? Yeah, because it's picked up liquidity from the downside. Ah, what a shame on that though. 4 pips, bloody hell. I've missed loads of trades like that. That's the thing with wingbacks, I've missed unreal trades with huge volume by 1 pip, and I've just watched it go 50 to 100 pips in like 3 5-minute candles, and I missed it by 1 pip. It's happened loads. It's just the way it is. Ah, God. It's just fighting the H4. Yeah, it is just fighting the H4, mate. It's all on the H4. That's amazing looking log. Yeah, do you like it? So yeah, you can get access to this, mate. Ask Vic, and I believe she's dropped it in the resources on the Discord. Spent counter trend wrong though. Yeah, it just adds it all up for you, and then you've got like your dashboard. We had 100% November. We had 100% in January. February, we took a loss in Feb. We're on 88.89% win rate. December, we took another loss there, and we are 83.33% win rate. Looking pretty good, really. All on stream as well. Everything's tracked. Every trade is tracked, guys. Any trade you want me to pick out, I can get out, because all the streams are here recorded. But yeah, if you want access to that logbook, have a look. Check the resources on the Discord. Should be in there. Unfunded, I can't seem to pass. Man, I give up unfunded. I can't seem to pass them. I want to stick to my one trade a day rule, but I just can't. When I got to pass a funded, and that's when. Well, that's the thing, Vin, with funded. It's you've got unlimited time now. So really, the thing with the way I trade, right? It's not really. It's not ideal for when you're funded to pass challenges, because it's slow. It's scalping. It'll take you ages to pass a challenge with this method. You know, like if I want to pass a challenge, I use the Dean indicator. Really, that's what I do. I don't really. I trade this method when I'm funded, and when I've got live accounts. So, but that's where you want to get the point to, really. I mean, it's all right getting funded, because obviously it's going to give you that big capital to trade with, and then big profits. But really, at the end of the end goal should be is they're all on a live account, and instead of 100k of a funded account, you've got 100k of your own live account. That's where you want to be, really, isn't it? It's got to be long term. That's where people get it wrong. It's got to be long term. But yeah, I know what you mean. Funded, trying to pass challenges, it can be a pain, like, because it forces you to trade differently to how you would trade. Much better. Yeah, build your own capital feels much better. If I saved the money I spent on funded accounts, I would be cooking now. Well, that's it. How much have you spent on funded challenges? Imagine if that was in a live account, but you knew you were profitable. You're just growing that account, aren't you? So everyone's different. Everyone's different. We have people in the group who they all push for funded. Yeah, but really they should sort of be looking at it. What it is, when you become profitable, you can do whatever you want. It's just a case of being profitable on one account, social trader, yeah, as the trade copier, and you link that to the other accounts, whatever accounts you just add to it. So for me, I've got live accounts on there, personal live accounts, and then I've got funded accounts on there. So in all the rules, just the multiply over, so you just set it at, okay, 2% risk on that one, 100% risk on that one, whatever you want, 50%, 20%, whatever on them live accounts. But you are profitable on that one account. That makes sense. So then it's just profit. All the others are just building up, and then you just withdraw. That's why this, what I'm trading on now, this MT4, what you're seeing, is a demo. It's a demo account, because I needed an account what could long term I can show the growth without doing a withdrawal. I can also link it up to my FX book so everyone can see the stats, and it's all transparent. All the trades are there. Whereas if I used a funded account for this, yeah, or a personal, I withdraw money. That's what I do. I withdraw. I make withdrawals. I didn't want to see the dips. I wanted to see nice improvement over the year. But once you become profitable, it opens loads of doors for you. But you've just got to make sure you're profitable on your logbook. Your logbook's going to tell you that. Yeah, I know it would take 2 months to pass. But this is where you're just in the state of mind of, I'm just trading same day. I'm not worrying about the money. Never think about the money you're making. That's the difference, really. You can't think about how much money you're going to make. You've got to just doing the same thing over and over again, the process. You got to get into a boring state where you're just on, take the trade in the morning. Don't look at your MT4, just look at your trading view, watch your trade. Okay, I'm going to take partial now, I'm going to move to break even, done for the day. And then you can have a look at what money you made after that or whatever. And it'll just come to you. Paolo, you're doing really well with the Dean. That's good, mate. Doesn't matter if it takes 6 months passing it. In 6 months it's still better than... Yeah, well, again, if it takes you 6 months to pass a challenge, imagine if you started a challenge 6 months ago, yeah, and you started doing what you're doing now, you'd be funded now. How old are you, Vin, if you don't mind me asking? Vin's in the... Paolo said lots of members smashing the Discord. It's a great community with a variety of strategies to suit lifestyles. Yeah, I think Vin's in the public free chat. He's not a member at the minute, Paolo. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. With it. $18 years. Bloody hell, Vin. You've got ages, mate. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. You've got ages. I'm 36, mate. I started 5 years ago. I so wish somebody showed me this at 18. You've got ages. Slow and steady. You could put 100 quid in a trading account, right? Now, trade this method, 1 trade a day, and just risk maybe, I don't know. You could risk a bit more because 100 quid. Yeah, so if you're not bothered about that 100 quid, you could risk, I don't know, 40% of trade or something like that until you start getting up to big numbers, and that would speed up the process. Yeah, because you're profitable, so you can do stuff like that. But 18, mate, you're absolutely fine. Trust me. 6 months of these streams, you'll have it. You'll be placing your own trades. You'll be seeing your own trades. You'll be on there. Like 6 months of these streams. Yeah, let's stick to my rules for my own capital. I can stick to my trade a day rule, which is easier. Yeah, well there you go. I think you've just answered your own question. 1 trade a day. Yeah, the thing is, I'm trying to pass funded fucks my mentality, and I can't stick to my rules. With my own capital, I can stick to my 1 trade a day rule, which is easier. Yeah, I do know what you mean, mate. Yeah, I do. And you're right in what you're saying. But if you put 5 grand or however much is, you've got to put in your trading account what you're willing to lose. Just pretend it's gone, right? But then you can't pretend it's gone because you've got to really protect that money. That's the thing. It's not about how much money you're going to make; it's how much you can protect. So yeah, I mean you'll get there, mate. Trust me. 18 on streams like this, you'll be sound. 6. Have you done our? I don't know what your experience is in trading. Have you done? Obviously, you know how to place trades and things like that, and you're watching us on here, which is great. Have you been doing the FTMO demo challenge? Do you know, on FTMO you get a free trial. Exactly that, Paolo. You're in the right place, Vin. It's a long game, but we either win or learn. That's right. Absolutely right. Because what you want to do with the FTMO demo, look at this. Look at this. This 4's pulling back. Oh my God, it's lashing down. Look at that. That would have been a lovely trade, guys. Very tricky now. I think what we'll have to do is when this forward closes, we're going to refresh the charts. I need to delete this. Because this 4 now, I don't know what this 4 is going to do. Actually, we're there. We came up. Came back down. Forward close bullish. That's the forward tapped it. Can't see this getting tapped now. Gotta delete this now. This is not on now, this, guys. Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, Callum, for example, who's on the Discord now, he's a member. He's been with us. How long have you been with us now, Callum? Never seen a chart in his life.
Just over a month, mate.
Just over a month, right? And he's absolutely smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. Placing his own trades, catching nice moving trades. He's way ahead of where he should. But that's the thing with the time. Everyone's different. Some people take 6 months. Some people take a year. Some people take 4 years. Some people take a month. Whatever. It just depends. Everyone's different, really. Trying to pass. I struggled with the mentality before I finally started passing them. Biggest advice I can give is after you place a trade, walk away, let it run. If you use a minimum 2-to-1 risk ratio, that is. No, I haven't tried that. Only need to win 50%. Yeah. So again, if it suits you with a ratio, obviously I'm negative ratio. Then yeah, you place your trade and you just walk away. Like the one yesterday, for example, we placed the trade, I had to go. Yeah, all I'd done is I set me alert, and I would take partial because I just put my TP there really, and I just left it. I didn't look at it. I was busy, but I was confident it was going to pull back there, so you just leave it. Whereas if you watched it, you might have took partial earlier, which sometimes I take partial a bit too early sometimes. But yeah, it's just finding what works for you, mate. Really. MA, good morning. Hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you on here for a while, mate. What I'd recommend, Vin, is go on to FTMO, right, and just take the free trial. It's free, 2 weeks long though. But it's not about passing their trial. It's about being profitable in the trial. That's all you need to do. Being profitable. At the end of the 2 weeks, are you profitable? If it's a yes, then you've passed that trial. Because remember, on the challenge you've got, there's no restrictions. You've got as long as you want. So it's just about passing 2, 3, 4, 5 of them trials in a row. That's all it is. Yeah, well that's like my strategy. So if I take a full loss, yeah, if I take a full loss, it'll take me 4, 5 trades to get it all back. Maybe more sometimes. It just depends. So the way I trade, you got to have a high win rate. Yeah, high win rate. But then you don't let a full loss happen, if you like, because, well, you've seen the 2 losses we've took on stream. They weren't full losses. One was like 20%. The other one was 50, 60% of whatever you were risking at the time. But yeah, you've got to have the mentality of, if you take that loss, same thing the next day, not trying to make it back. It'll just come back anyway over time. But look, for example, what's it, February? Yeah, February. He's a perfect example. So, February, we'd had 2 trades, right? Which was about $550. And then we took a loss of just shy of 3k. So bear in mind, we're now down 2.5k. Okay? And then we got a lovely trade, which we didn't force it. We done nothing different. It was just a nice trade. Yeah? Which brought us back nearly $1,000. And then this whole time, if you look at our trades, we're now back in profit. Yes, we took 1 loss, but we're back in profit. But then you're probably thinking, well, what if I take 2 losses? That means I'm not going to be profitable in that month because there's not enough trading days in that month. It's not about monthly. It's not about monthly. right? It's about overall the year. Look at my dashboard. Yeah. So if I took 2 losses in Feb and I was minus, I don't know, say another 2k, look at the other months. Look at January. That would have covered the loss. Look at November. That would have covered the loss. Does that make sense? So it's over the year you've got to be. There's months where I'm not profitable, but then the next month I'm a bit profitable, but then the month after I'll have a fantastic month. Yeah, which covers the whole losses and gives you a decent income of the rest. And that's what it's all about with trading. People think too small. Weekly, am I profitable in the week? Like, you can't do weekly. Yeah, it's tough doing monthly. Yeah. Quarterly, if anything, I would look at. Quarterly. Every 3 months, something like that. Look, are you profitable in that 3 months? You might have 2 negative months, and then the 3rd month might be the profit maker. Failing that, buy a HFT. Yeah, you could just buy a HFT bin. Which, I don't know if you know what HFT is. Basically, there's prop firms out there who allow HFT softwares to go into the challenges. So basically, the software passes your challenge. There's services. We have someone in our group who does them. There's services who, well, what they'll do is you'll pay them for them to hook up the software to pass you a challenge. However, these HFTs, they're only on prop firms which are, you've got to really do your due diligence on the prop firms. You've got to check that they pay out. Yeah, speak to members who've had payments from them, right? Because a lot of these prop firms, remember, prop firms are not regulated, right? They can just disappear at any point, really, right? I only go for FTMO because I did only go for FTMO and my Forex Funds, and my Forex Funds disappeared. And they were the 2 most reputable prop firms out there. The way I look at things now is if FTMO go, then they're probably all going to go. So I'll only use FTMO. However, there is prop firms who do pay out, yeah, who do accept HFT. If you just want a quick funded account. September last year too. From what I've heard, the 4th and 1st quarter are the worst to trade, so we'll see. Have you done our... Now, I know you probably know the basics because you're placing trades and stuff like that, but you never know, you might learn something new. Have you done our basics course? It's free. It's free now. If you go onto the link tree in the description and just click on the free basics, just go through the free basics, you might learn something from there. And if you want to go, obviously, learn Meraki, and that, obviously you've got to become a member at that point, but just do the free basics. You might learn something from that. One little jigsaw piece you might be missing. Don't mention my FF. Don't mention my FF to me, Pete. Took me months to get over that. That's why I took a break. Telling me, mate, I had 2 accounts. I had 2 accounts, but we're in that industry. So yeah, but I know what you mean. I was a bit good, like, but it is what it is. Clicked up, I forgot to look at it. 2 days before you pay out. Oof, I had some payouts as well. Ready. They went bust. I don't think they went bust. They're just... It's naughty what they were doing. It's weird because the way I look at it, right, I know they were manipulating people, but they were manipulating, from what I've heard, I might be wrong, they were manipulating the little people, as in people with the lower accounts. They were manipulating people with big payouts, which is naughty. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that at all. But it's like, obviously, because I know the big payouts kill them, don't they? Because it's not really live accounts. So I know the big payouts do kill them. But maybe they were like, well, look, in order to survive and be able to pay the little people, I've got to manipulate the big people. Maybe that's the way I looked at it. I might be wrong. I'm not sticking up for them, by the way. But there's always 2 sides to every story. Yeah, US are getting smashed with Forex, aren't they? The US, man, just do not want people to be able to trade. feel sorry for them, really.
This 15-minute candle's going a bit wonky.
Yeah, I can't take this. I've got to wait for this 4 now. Nothing we can do till this 4 closes. It's nice, but the thing is, we need a bottom wick off the 4 for me to take buys up, if I'm going to take buys up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to reassess the 4 anyway. See what's going to happen with the 4. We've missed the move really this morning. I'm going to see if we can get another trade mined. I'm on here till 11 anyway, but so I'm hoping we can get another trade, but obviously we can't rush it now. We've just got to reassess. I need to see how this 4 is going to close basically in 4 minutes, not long. If they sorted it out yet, but I've seen some firms just shutting down random. Yeah, well that's the thing with props, because you get a lot of scammers, especially in they accept HFT. Yeah, and loads of people buy HFT. It's not the people who provide the HFT, it's the props. You've got to do your own due diligence, what challenge you buy and what prop. They just pass your challenge, but for you to check the prop firm out really, if you're going to get a HFT, because any of these props can just disappear. That's what prop firms were doing. They were just getting created to accept loads of HFT, loads of challenges, and then they were just disappearing, collecting all the money, never giving an account. That trade I had on USD that went under 20 pips in 5 seconds. I was in when I hit the stop. I was in, and I hit the stop. I'm coming if that was manipulation. Yeah, maybe, but I mean, they're not really manipulating you alone though, Mike. US news at 13:30. Yeah, I know, mate. I was in profit, then I hit stop. I'm convinced. Alright, yeah. Yeah, it might be, mate. Was that with my FF? Was it? So profit wise, what were you up at that point? So what you're saying, you were 120 pips in profit, and then 1 5-second candle. I take it spreads just widened, stopped you, and then went down. Ah, right, dirty that, like. Yeah, maybe, mate. That's what it is. You're doing 1.25% up. Because they can only manipulate the spreads, not the way the candles move, really. Do you know what I mean? Up to 2% loss. Oh yeah, that would have been spread there. They would have just widened the spread. So you were in profit now all of a sudden. They widen the spread, you're now 20%. Sorry. Yeah. Slippage, yeah. That's probably all they've done, yeah, manipulated it, yeah. It is naughty, like. But this is why I say, like, yeah, prop firms are there to help, and aid is on our journey, but the end goal has got to be, you've all got your own live accounts with 50k, 100k, and then you're growing that. That's got to be your end goal, where you're not relying on, with a trusted broker, you're not relying on props. You can do what you want at that point, and you can risk whatever you want. Because if you think about it, right, on one of my lives, I risk quite a lot. On one of my live accounts, I risk a lot. Yeah? Because I can. There's no rules. And I know my trading. I know I have such a high win rate that I can risk a lot. But if I take a loss, it's a huge loss. Do you know what I mean? But because I'm profitable overall, I know eventually I'll just bring the loss back. Okay, we're getting a forward close now, right? Right, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to delete these. Okay, we're going to reassess. We're going to reassess, realign, recock, and re-engage. Alright, Callum. Still got it.
I like it.
So let's have a look at this 4. So the 4's closed bullish, which it's closed still respecting. So which doesn't really help us because it now means that we haven't fully filled the range, but that's the thing with these 4s. If you look at these areas, they're not fully respecting, but it's within the area. Look at this one, didn't quite make it up there. This one didn't quite make it up there. This one actually broke above. So it's within this area, it's still respecting this area. So technically, yes, we've closed bullish, but we haven't closed bearish yet. And we need a bearish close really to take sells down. So technically the only thing we've got on now is if we can get something like this first before coming down to 2028. That's probably the only thing I've got going on at the minute, this wing back sell. Wing back sells. Now this is the thing, why can't we take buys? We can't take buys because we're bullish on the 4. We're bullish on the 1 because you haven't closed back into the range yet. Yes, you've closed bearish, but you haven't closed back into the range yet. So it's very tricky taking buys here because this 4 could just come and give us a bottom wick, which we need a bottom wick really. So the only way we can take buys is if we don't push up first and break the highs, and we come down, we tap 2028, or we look left 2031, and then we get closures above. That's the only way I can take buys up really. It's the only way I can take buys up, like off an hour. I mean, we just need an hour close up there really, but we'd need to pull back first for me. Because if the hour, so we'd need something like coming back to break these lows. Where's my drawn? At least, and then we start getting our closures back up, and then we could maybe take either a buy above, an hour buy above here, or above this one, and then we look to come and fill the range up. That's probably the only way I can take buys up. Unless something prints nice on a lower time frame for us. Let's have a look at this 4 again. So if the 4's respecting, what happens to the next 4? How far does it pull back? So if we bullish, can we not take a wing back buy from 2028? Or with bullish close respecting, can we not take a buy from 2030? So you can see here, close respecting, we came back to 2030, then we pushed up and broke the highs. Excuse me. So let's say, what if this one is this though, and then we've came back down, then we've come back up, and we're closing respecting again. We tap it still, and then still pull back. So can we tap it, then still pull back, even if we want to go down? So could we potentially take a wing back buy from 2030 back up? Because we are bullish, yes, but we're going to need a 4-hour bearish close to turn bearish for the daily to flip, aren't we? And if the 4-hour closes, I don't know, like that, you're still then going to get the new 4 is going to pull back, test previous support anyway to flip, and that'll be the daily flipping to the downside and creating that bottom wick what we expect. Yeah. So that's a potential. Let's just confirm this 4 though. So we had 4 closes. The thing is though, it took 4 4-hour candles to get down, which is not good, because it means we're gonna have to wait. Unless this 4-hour candle came down to there and then flipped, still came up. But then these 4s Drove through, came back to break. See what I mean with the 4? Even the forward closes like this, you still come back to break even to get out. This one didn't do it. This one drove straight down. I believe this was news. It was. Whew. Yeah, well, that would be the daily. That's what we went about with the daily. We are expecting the daily to flip to the downside, to come down to 2018 even. So we had a forward close, pullback. Can we get that pullback to 2031? Respecting, pullback, pullback.
We've got a nice pump on the 4.
Which way, up or down?
Down.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Nice little pump.
No top wicks. So at the minute, this is the only thing I've got going on here, really, this 4.
Good morning, all.
Good morning! How the devil?
Good morning, Dan.
Not too bad, not too bad.
We missed you this morning, Dan.
No, I had an operation yesterday,
Oh,
so
how did it go?
yesterday. It's fine. It was just the removal of that.
Third knacker.
Aye. Third knacker on my back.
A third knacker.
I've been up since 1 this morning.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
woke us up in agony, so I'll
really?
be back at the hospital up in Hexham today, just to get changed over. So,
Everything look okay with it all then?
everything's fine.
Cool.
It's just it. I woke up this morning, it was still bleeding from yesterday, so it just sort of come out of the pad.
Yeah.
So the dressing, so I had to go get that changed. But I had no pain medication for them repacking the wound, so that was excruciating.
Can imagine.
So, on a bit of codeine now, so I could code them all.
Oh,
so
don't be slipping an extra 0 on them lot sizes.
In the delirium this morning, I put a trade on at 1:30 this morning.
Did you? How did you get on?
Yeah. A sell.
Did you?
And look where we are now.
1:30?
At 1:30 this morning.
Bloody hell, mate. Oh my god. Oh, here. Oh, you got duped. You got pure duped. Look at that, man. I bet you were fuming.
Oh, 100%.
How many?
So it came into a little bit of profit, and I was just like, oh, should I come out? Should I come out? It still come down. Nope.
Look at that. I bet you, as soon as you ended as well, that's when it went boop. Oh well. We learned, don't we?
Well, I'm still in it, so
Are you still in it? Where were your stops? Above here?
it's 41.
Yeah, above 41. Oh, you might be alright here.
Yeah, so
What? I think you're probably going to be alright. Because the 4 can easily pull back to 2031. Well, to be honest, the 4 should pull back to 2032. But it's whether... The thing is, though, it's whether the 4 is going to break the highs first before doing that.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If it does, then
Well,
yeah, a
that's-
bit goosed.
At
But
1:30 this morning, obviously that daily candle was a lot smaller. So I was just like, ooh, how far is it going to go up before it flips and drives down a bit?
yeah,
I was wrong.
funny that. Well, we've had a break-even trade this morning, and then we missed our entry by 4 pips. And it was a lovely. I mean, Callum caught it, which is nice. I feel good when someone's caught it, but we had a wing back from 39 like that. And look what it's done. Tapped, just missed, and just dropped through the floor. So that was sort of the move for this
I
morning.
wanted to speak to you on Monday about there was a wing back from Friday we were looking at from, I think it was, what was it, 2016, I think. No, might not have been, but it would have been perfect.
Oh, this one here.
for the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2016, we had a daily target at 2016, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was humming and hawing on Friday about sticking it on, and I decided
Yeah.
not to, and then watched it just drive
I know.
all the way up. I was like, oh my god.
If what you need to do, right, guys, is when we're doing these lives and that, at the end of the night, I just flick on my phone, I just look, see if I was sort of right in what I was saying. Just look back over what we spoke about, and you'll find that the majority of the time we're pretty accurate, really.
Yeah.
But I mean, yesterday's trade played out lovely. We got our wing back buy back up, hit our take partial move to break even, then came to the second entry, and then that would have played out as well. So again, that played out lovely. So it's just a case of going back over your trades really and see how you're getting on. Look at this, how we're pushing now. But at the minute, guys, the only thing I've got on, I need to stop saying guys. If I say guys again, someone has to correct me. Right. You just got to shout oi. I'm going to start saying gents or fellas. How's fellas, Callum?
Bella.
Fellas. I've just been felled. So if this 4 can get down to 2031, we've got potential wing back buys back up. But news is coming, so we've got to be very careful here. I'm only on till 11. If we haven't got our buy level, we'll just call it. I'm thinking it's going to sell off from here to 2030, possibly 2080s, 28s and 25s. Yeah. DXY looking strong too. Looks like it wanted to take out weekly open level and push high. Yeah. More confidence for all the sells. Yeah, mate. I know, mate. We had wing back sells on. We missed a trade here by 4 pips. We were so close to the sells. But the issue we've got now is the move's gone for me. I don't know if price needs to come back up and tap this zone for buys to come. If you're one of these traders who works off ratio and all that good stuff, I mean, you could just get in now really to come down, but it's not how I trade that. I have to look for the nice entries. I'm very picky. Very picky. But yeah, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, drop us a like. Subscribe to the channel. That'd be much appreciated. Jump into our Discord if you're on there. And anybody new watching, it's in the link tree in the descriptions below. It's free Discord. Can this 4 pull back? I want to have a look on the hour. Now if we get an hour below, no we can't because the 4. I mean, 36 minutes. What if we get a 30 close below? I would need a 30 close below 2034. Realistically. Did you get in anything this morning, Steve?
I was on the trade ideas.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's deleted that now, mate.
No, the one for Euro US.
Right, okay. Alright, cool.
It's not looking too good.
Isn't it?
Just now.
Hopefully it'll turn around, mate. Hopefully it'll turn around.
Yeah. Just see if we get something here.
Yeah. 2036 to 30. Trying to see if the 30 closed below 2036. That's the next 30 range. You should pop down to 2034. So I'm thinking if we could get a top wick, we could maybe sell down. $20.30, then a top wick to 20.35, and then the flip to come and fill. Could we do that? 2030, pull back, gone. It's not, is he not Fips here? 11. It's 15 minutes to see. This might fill the range and leave us. Is this 50? Oh, no bottom wick, that hasn't helped. Bro, no, it's close respecting. So if we can get a 30-minute close below 2036, and we can get a pullback to break the highs, we can potentially get sell stops on. Our advantage point would be 2034, right? But we've got to break the highs. It might just come and fill the range, and it might drive now. You look left, these 15, no bottom wick, no top wick, still drove. Is this 15 going to flip? That is the question.
No.
No. Well, we sort of want it to flip bullish and not drive, but we want it to close respecting this, right? Because if we close respecting this, we've technically had a break. Bullish close rules out this bottom wick, no bottom wick, and we've had an S play. If this can close bullish respecting, and then that means because you're bullish, the new candle should open up, create a top wick, and then flip, and that would be the 30 pulling back, create a top wick, and then to flip to the downside to drive through. So
I'll accept that as long as it drives.
yeah, so we sort of do want a bullish close on this nest play though. We don't want to close them back in because we need a 30 close, but if this 30 comes and fills the range, guys, it's not looking good. The only thing we've got on is this, but if it gets too close to news, then again we've got to be careful.
Will you be watching the match tonight?
Oh, do you know what, mate? I was trying to organise a team meeting for the girls who I manage.
Yeah.
So I put a poll on Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday, not realising the match is on Tuesday. And obviously I've had to go with the majority. And what's the day? Tuesday, 7 o'clock. So, yes, I will be watching the match tonight. Because it'll be start at 7, done by 1:45.
Yeah.
I mean, it is in a pub, and they'll probably have the match on in there. It's on normal telly, isn't it? What's it on?
BBC One.
BBC One?
Um,
Yeah, so... Yeah.
Another decent stream for me.
Mate, you need to use the guy you I use. Fantastic. I don't get any bothers.
Yeah, I will when I've got an income again.
Yeah.
I've potentially got this job at
Yeah.
the garden centre I was talking about, so...
That's good, mate. That's good. That'll suit you down to a T, wouldn't it? Garden centre.
Aye, definitely. Should be easy work. And I'll get a couple of days off during the week as well. I'll trade. Aye. Pay the rent.
Be good that, mate.
Take the pressure off the.
You've got your exit strategy, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's it.
got your exit strategy. Right, let's see how this. We've got 15 minutes to wait. As we might have a potential here, as long as this 15 doesn't close back above or flip and drive. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna go and make a cup of tea, and while we wait, I'll be back in a second.
What's burning?
How are we looking? Sorry, I should have put some tunes on for you, shouldn't I? Okay, so the 15 still
Hovering.
yeah. So if the new 30, if this 30 can close like this and this 30 break the highs here needed, we could potentially sell down to at least 2034, because that would be the hour flipping, and if the hour's going to flip to drive back up, it shouldn't come to here and then come back down, or if it does, it's then going to push further down. But I need a pullback. If I don't get a pullback, then there's nothing we can do. So we're nearly there. So we're just waiting out, guys. I'll get some tunes. Some tunage on. I need to get my dreads done. Like, I'm grown. What it is, I don't want to get the maintenance done until the right length I want them, and then just get it all done in a wanna.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
I mean, it's just that you lose a bit of length once they get done.
Yeah.
So they've got to be the like say the length you want in it. So
Yeah. Time for a fried egg and a bacon sandwich, Mike. Ooh.
ooh, nice.
That would be nice. I'm watching me figure though. Watching me figure.
Watching mine grow.
People must come on this stream and think, fuck me, they're boring bastards. They are boring. I've watched some streams and I'm watching them, I'm like, you know, when some people you just can't take to certain people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck me, this is painful. I mean, I'll be like that for some people, but some I've watched, it's the crack's shite, and it's just hard. I mean, Forex is boring anyway, really, but I think you're just best off taking the piss out of each other, aren't you? Out of cooking oil. Don't use cooking oil. Use butter.
Ooh.
Butter. Put some butter in, Mike. Yeah. Egg in, bit of salt and pepper. You know. Shot of vodka. Oh, that's too early, isn't it? Too early for that one.
That's at past 10, man.
Yeah. Okay, this 15's closed. It's not closed how I wanted it to. The 30's actually closed, respecting. So, not very good. There's probably not much going on here, guys. It's. I mean, is the 30 going to push up from here? It can reject from here, but I need a steeper bottom wick to get buys up. I can't take buys yet. I need at least 2034 tapping to take buys up. The only thing I've got on here is potential wing back buy from 2031 and a potential wing back sell from 2048, but might not play out for a few hours, which we know because the 4 hour can mess about. Look, can just mess about here. So to be honest, guys, on that note, there's probably not much I can do until You're getting close to news as well. So I can't see you getting activated before news. I will keep an eye on it though, because I'm just in today, but I do have a few things. I've got a meeting at 11, so there's no point even staying on for another 30 minutes really, because even if the 30 minute can do anything, you're still going to have to wait the way that's printed. I was hoping this 30 could have closed below 2036 and the 15 would close nest, then we got a top wick, and then we could have had sell stops coming down. But now the 30 could just push back up at this point. So I'm probably going to love yous and leave yous, because there's just nothing going on. Any questions? Anybody got any questions before I go? Everybody happy and singing off the same song sheet? Everyone understand everything we covered today? Yeah. Okay, lovely. Right, well, I'll be back on tomorrow. If you're watching on YouTube, before you go, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, and jump into the Discord, and then I'll see you all on tomorrow then. Hopefully we can catch something tomorrow. Alright, see you later, guys.
Have a good day, mate.
Bye.